So in this video on DCS Tech and Appliances, an unboxing and an overview. So without further ado, let's dive in. Welcome all back to another video, and in this video, as I said, we are going to be doing an unboxing and an overview, and the unboxing is this, and it's this. Yep, I did buy the LG washing machine over the Samsung, and for good reason, as I bought this from a retailer here in the north of England. Even though I'm based in Manchester, this retailer is based in Bradford, because I'm able to get it delivered within that, because I'm within the certain radius, and it's a retailer called Sonic Direct. You may have heard of it if you do live in the Leeds area or Bradford area, or have heard of them or seen them advertised either on social media or advertised generally. You can't, they don't deliver to as far as the south of England. Let's just say they do have a delivery radius. You can go and collect them, but that means you'd have to go and travel quite a distance to go and get an appliance. And you think, well, what's the point? So this is the LG F. Let me just go and quickly show you it. I'm not going to turn it around. The F4V 509 SSE. This is the 9 kilo with 1400 spin. It does have ThinQ. So this is a Wi-Fi enabled machine. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get this set down, and then we're going to get this unboxed. Yeah, so this wasn't really so much of a hard choice, to be honest with you. When I was thinking about Samsung and LG, and again, so the reason I went for LG was because of well, one, this was good value. This from Sonic Direct, it did well. It still does at the moment because they still got these in stock. I mean, I think this is only a sale thing going on, or stock, or no, I think stock clearance actually. £380 for this. £380 for an LG washing machine, which is quite good value if you ask me, considering that this model, according to the recommended retail price, or I don't know if it would have been an original retail price, but they did advertise it as £699. So yeah, paying £379 for it was quite, as I say, it was a bargain. So, as with all the unboxings, as I usually do, so obviously I'm not going to show you that. So, lots of recycling. Just going to put this over it, and there we have it. Yep, it's still in its cellophane, but I'm going to get this revealed. There we go. I'm actually looking forward to using this, and I actually do like the colour as well. Wasn't expecting it to be this colour. I was expecting it to be a little bit lighter, in all honesty. As I say, as always, you do get all your information, your instruction manuals. I have had a look at the instruction manual on the LG website, which I downloaded. You do get like water connections and your floor, like you see, your floor leveling guidance there. And what I am going to try and do is I am going to try and get this front panel off as well. This is one of the biggest drawbacks of this machine, in all honesty. So it's not so much drawbacks, but it just obviously you want to see inside the drum, well, especially for when the drum showing off cycles and that, you're going to want to see inside. So Yep. I'm probably doing this all a bit haphazard, but I will get it out. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on. I thought I was getting somewhere. I know why. I know what bleeding why. That's it. The one good thing I actually like about appliances now, they will actually come in a cardboard, with a cardboard cover. So obviously you're saving the planet, aren't you, really? So that's it. Got everything off, almost everything off. Got some tape. Get that all taken off. Do you know, it's actually nice having to unboxing a brand new appliance. Will admit. Oh, nice peel. But yeah, so I will get this sat in the gap, take the transit bolts out, and then we'll go and get a quick overview of the machine and the programs. So I finally got it in space, and what we're going to be doing now is going through an overview of the machine and all the programs and features. So firstly, let's start with the drum. So firstly, before we do the drum, we start with the door. It does have this very, very dark front panel here, which I am going to take off. And the other LGs that I've seen, this kind of, like I say, you can see a lip here, that doesn't seem to come off. It seems to be like this bigger black rim here, and I think it's going to make the machine look a bit more ugly, but I'm going to try and get that off anyway. So let's get into the drum. This is a 9 kilogram rated capacity. If you've not seen the newer LG machines already, or the drums for that matter, the drum design looks very different from the previous LG that I had very briefly. Because as you can see, we still have this bubble design, and you may be able to tell that the obviously tiny holes. Obviously, the smaller the holes, the better the spin result. But the one thing I actually find most interesting are these. The drum pedals are split, and these are also metallic as well. So it's good to see metallic pedals on the drum. And also, if you can tell that they're not aligned together, so they're just a tad ajar from each other. Whether that's to help improve tumbling, I have no idea. But as I say, the drum design does look a lot different than the previous LG models. So this is our program dial, and here we can see we have got programs down on the left, programs down on the right, and we have a total of 13 programs. The reason I'm not including this one as a program is because these are the ones when you download the ThinQ app, you can download the cycle and send it to the machine itself. So it's not actually an onboard cycle itself. So we, as you may see here, we do have our usual cotton, and got our Eco 4060, because here in the UK it is a standard program now. It's only because it was an EU regulated, I don't know if it's a law or just, or to say regulation, that all machines have to have an Eco 4060 on all machines, regardless of brand and or wherever in the, and as I say, within the UK. And even though the UK has left the EU, I'm not getting into any politics, but It's just one of those things. Cotton Daily, I will go through in just a moment. So we've got mixed fabric, easy care. The ones in the dark pink, writing, allergy care and baby steam care. As you can see, we've got a steam cycle, and these two have steam included in the cycle. You've got your delicates, hand and wool, sportswear, speed 14, which I find interesting, which I get to in the moment, later on in the video. Duvet, tub clean, and obviously, as I explained, download cycle. Here we have the controls themselves. So as you can see along the top here, we have our progression indicators, and let's say the good old LG fashion icons there. As you may notice, there isn't a scales icon here. That's because it's now being replaced with this AI, because the drum has an AI direct drive, so it actually knows kind of what drum movements to do, and the fabrics that are in the machine, and obviously adjust time and water. So basically, it's kind of like having the scales, but it's a bit more intelligent. And obviously here we have our wash, a rinse and spin. The indicators that are underneath the time display is the key and sound that switched off, child lock, Wi-Fi. This play pause with like a little like brackets. There is remote start, and we have the door lock symbol. And underneath here we do have our options. We have intensive, rinse plus, pre-wash, delay, end, which includes setting the Wi-Fi, and add an item. So if you want to add an item to the wash, and as I say, I'll explain that more in the video. And we do have, when you tap and hold, that is remote start, so that means using the Wi-Fi. Again, we'll get down to that a bit later. So let's go through all of the programs and all of the options. There we are, nicely greeted with its usual LG startup tone. As always, you're always greeted with 3 lines there until we turn the dial. So we will start from delicate and we'll go round in a clockwise direction. So this is a washable, well, it's actually machine washes lingerie. The sheer and lacy clothes according to the manual. So it has a 20 degree, starts off at 20 degrees, you can increase it to 30 and 40, and you can have, and that's a maximum temperature. The maximum spin speed you can have on that is only 800. And intensive is obviously a bit self-explanatory, because intensive will actually do different drum motions, so it will obviously get a better cleaning performance. And rinse plus is kind of like what I had in the previous LG. I was to say it is like what it is in the LG, so you just get an extra rinse there. You obviously pre-wash. So with the delicates, you can have an intensive, and you can have rinse plus, but you can't have a pre-wash. So hand wash wool is obviously washing woolens, and obviously anything that needs to be a hand wash. So the maximum temperature you can go up to on this is 40 degrees. Maximum spin speed is 800. We can also have intensive, rinse plus, but no pre-wash. It's interesting to know, with kind of the delicates and the wool, you can actually add intensive. So what does it do? Is it kind of almost like a hot point kind of thing? Will it do like filtration motion, or will it just kind of move the drum a bit more, who knows. So the next one is we have sportswear. So another self-explanatory. So this is what washing special sports garments and like outdoor wear, and obviously this is for more for water repellent fabrics. The maximum load on this is 3 kilograms, and I will just going to quickly go back to the hand wool and delicates. So delicates is a max load of 3 kilograms, and the hand wash wool is 2 kilograms. So yes, with this it's a maximum of 40 degrees and only a maximum of 800 spin. Again, having an intensive and having an extra rinse or rinse plus, no pre-wash. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Speed 14 I'm going to find more interesting compared to the older LG, of the old, as I say, not the older LG, but the previous LG that I had before. Because like the previous LG, you can actually go up to 40 degrees, but does increase time. So you can go from 20 to 30 and 40 degrees, but the spin is the more interesting part. You go 4, but remember the previous LG started at 4, maximum 8. So I can go 4, 8, 1000, 12, and all the way up to 1400 RPM. So, and that's what I kind of like about this, is you can do a quick wash with a top end spin. The maximum load of this is 2 kilograms. Obviously, it's not going to get stains out, but this is going to be a handy cycle if you need to get anything done in a rush. Next one is duvet. So again, this is another set time program. So you can do, this is watching items as bed covers, pillows, sofa covers, and it does say you can put one down duvet. Don't know what size it is, but I'm certainly going to try and put my 10.5 tog double duvet in this anyway. So obviously when you demonstrate the cycle anyhow, if you do this cycle, obviously it's a maximum of 2.5 kilos when using the cycle. I don't know why with this it starts off a cold, even though the maximum temperature is 40 degrees. Obviously you can use 20, 30 and 40, but strangely enough the time doesn't change until you go up to 40 degrees. But the maximum spin is 1000. We can have intensive, we can have rinse plus, no pre-wash. TCL, bit of a self-explanatory, this is tub clean. This is a new feature that I have found on this LG to be something that doesn't relate to the options along the bottom, because again the previous LG that I had a tub clean, tap and hold it, and then you do a drum clean or tub cleaning in case of LG. But now you've actually obviously got the option of doing the tub clean on the actual program selection itself. So now we're going to the download program. So this is when you download the ThinkQ app and you set it all up, which I will do, and I will demonstrate it in another videos and know how you can download different programs and how to use the remote start function and all the rest of it. But when you select download cycle for the first time, it will automatically be set as a rinse and spin. So if you're not that type of person who doesn't want to kind of do like use the ThinkQ app, download programs, you are the one that just likes to use all these programs here, and obviously you don't set it as anything else, download cycle is rinse and spin. So the only thing with this is obviously you don't have a temperature selection, but you do get to have a rinse plus. So I'm guessing that you just only have one rinse with just the standard rinse and spin, but rinse plus will give you an additional rinse. So you do 2 rinses and a spin. So we now move on to the sensor programs. So the ones obviously are detectable. So the first one is baby steam care. So again, this is more for I would say kind of an well, it's not an anti-allergy, but this is kind of right for more baby clothes. It just helps to wash food stains from baby clothes, a maximum of 4 kilos, but you cannot adjust the temperature. It is stuck at 60. So do bear that in mind if you do have this. I think about getting this machine. But the maximum spin is only 1,000 on this. Unusually, because I would expect it to go up to 12 at least. 14, I could understand why it wouldn't gone up as far as that. And you can have intensive, we can have rinse plus, but we can't have a pre-wash. It's quite strange that you can't have a pre-wash on quite a few of these programs, but I say it is what it is. So the next one is another steam care cycle, and it is allergy care. So this will help minimize substances that cause allergic reactions. So probably do like more rinses, and obviously it does use the steam for this as well. This is, they say, it's mainly used for cotton underwear, pillow covers, bed sheets, and baby wear. No under. Well, I think you got the duvet cycle if you got like pillows and that, but maybe if you just want some like just to get rid of more bacteria, obviously it uses the steam of the cycle. So yeah, so the maximum load on this one is 4 kilograms. Again, like the baby cycle, you can't adjust the spin speed. Although, instead of using baby cycle, is it worth using the allergy care? Because you go up to 1400 on the spin. We do have intensive as an option, rinse plus as an option. Again, no pre-wash, which I'm flabbergasted by that, to be honest with you. And next one is Easy Care. So this one is a maximum of 4 kilos. So this one is more for clothes that do not need ironing after washing. This is, I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest with you, because you've got maximum 1400 spin. Unless I don't know what it will do. But yeah. So the maximum temperature you can do on Easy Care is 60 degrees. Obviously, you can have all of the other options, and you do have a maximum spin speed of 1400. Because I say, don't know why Easy Care would have been 1400 anyway. Because Easy Care sounds like more for shirts and some stuff you don't want creased, but maybe it'll only briefly do 1400. So yeah, who knows? We do have intensive, and we do have a rinse option. Oh, and we have a pre-wash. So we can have all those 3 options. It's good enough for me. Not that I use pre-wash anyway. So the next one is mixed fabric. So this one is kind of more, if you're that type of person, probably do daily washes. And so you could just get everything done in one go. Although this is a maximum rating, not maximum rating, maximum load of 4 kilograms. It's like I say, he does what it says on the tin, used for various kind of fabrics, synthetics and cottons, and apparently says you can put wool and curtains. Not that I would want to do wool in the mixed fabric cycle, but there we go. So this does have a maximum temperature of 60 degrees. Again, selection of any of the others. And the maximum spin is 1400, but set at 1000. So you can go all the way up to the top, just set at 1000. We do have intensive, we do have rinse plus, and we have a pre-wash. Oh, blimey, second cycle that actually has a pre-wash. Who'd have thought? So, yeah, moving on to the next one. So this is Cotton Daily. So now, this is where I would say this is called the turbo wash, because with this one The turbo wash on the previous LG did a load in 59 minutes. But I don't know if it only does one rinse, but that's one thing I will find out when I do the cycle myself. So yeah, it washes less than half a load of lightly soiled clothes more than quickly than the cotton program. Obviously, hence probably daily wash, turbo wash rather. It does say max load of 5 kilograms, but in all honesty, I think the actual load you can put in there is 5 kilograms, 4 to 5 anyway. So it's kind of like a full load. You want to put it like that. So yeah, so you can go all the way up to 60 on this one, but the time adjusts on this one to 60 degrees. 60 degrees to 1 hour 17. Cold, we'll do 56, 57 for 20 or 1 minute more, 58 for 30, 59 for 40. But we do get to go all the way up to 1400 RPM. So that is quite interesting actually, because that's almost like doing the daily wash on Samsung. So you probably won't get intensive because it's a quick wash. We do get rinse plus. Again, I'm not going to be too sure if it'll only do one rinse or two rinses, but it is interesting to see compared to the turbo wash on the previous LG I had, as where you could do a rinse plus at an hour 4 minutes, 40 degrees 1400, whereas this one is 1 hour 15. So it may do two rinses at an hour 2, but we'll find out anyway. So we've got the last two to go. So this is the Eco 4060, which I find the most rubbish cycle in all honesty, because it doesn't go up to the temperature it says. It says wash, well, according to the manual, it says washes normally soiled cotton clothes declared to be washable at 40 or 60. Basically, what it will do, it probably just wash at 20 degrees. And even though if you do 40, 60, because they're the only two temperatures you can select, it does take a long time. It is a long cycle because of energy efficiency, blah, blah, blah. And it's just not kind of the thing that you want to be using. Although I'm probably going to try and do a performance wash based on that compared to the set and see what it's like compared to Samsung. Because again, if this will do different drum motions or whether it doesn't do different drum motions, I don't know, but we'll see. But I will give it a test anyway. And final one, we are going back to, and we got cottons. So it's a standard program for all of the, and just to also let you know that the Eco 4060 is max rating 9 kilograms, not that you can fit 9. Like I say, full load for this one as well. I forgot to go through the options of the Eco 4060, so I'll quickly run back that quick. So we do have intensive rinse plus, and we have pre-wash. Quickly go back to the cotton, as I say, up to 95. Obviously, that's the only program that will go up to the maximum. 1400 spin, you do have all three options. So that is the overview of all of the programs. As I say, with the ThinkQ, I will get that set up in due course. So the only other thing to explain is the delay program. I probably don't need to explain it too much more, because with that, if I set it to cotton, do delay end, basically, so 7 hours. So what it means, you want it finished in 7 hours, not starting. That's why delay end, not delay start. So what we're going to move on to next is add item. So I'll just quickly briefly tell you what that's about. So with add item, I literally just looked at the manual. It does what it says on the tin. So when you want to do add item, you literally simply tap that. I'm not too sure why it won't do it before it starts, but I think according to the manual, which I'm looking at right now, you do have to actually start the program, then tap add item. So what it happens is, um, instead of like pressing the start pause button, so what happens is when you press add item, it'll probably stop itself, and then obviously you can add an item. But the only time you can't add an item is temperature, or the water level is too high for obviously for the door to be open. So that means you'll need to drain some water out. So that's it for the overview of this machine. So I will be using this as my daily driver. So I will be getting to use getting to know the machine and how it's performing. I will like film some cycles. Again, I am going to take this panel off here, and so yeah, I will so yeah, so that's it for this special unboxing and overview of the new LG washing machine. So take care, and I will see you all in the next one.